we're never going to come back up because we got until 11 o'clock. So I want to make sure that we can get some more people on our second room. So our next poet is our also very own Mr. Demontre ThePoet, family member. Go ahead and put your hands together.
Train. How y'all doing? Good. I appreciate that. Thank you. My book, my first published book. Whoa!
It's a New York Times bestseller.
Okay. Walmart.
Oh, we gotta make it there.
We're gonna make a Hallmark.
He claimed it. He's smoking. You need to just co-sign. It's a New York bestseller.
Okay. I'll take that. All right. This particular piece is called As Much. I was feeling a certain way, so you go low, then you go back, pick yourself back up again. Many times it feels as if my soul is freezing in a cold winter air. I can't help but often wonder why life is so unfair. I was taught at a young age that love exists everywhere, but more often than not, in my life, love doesn't always seem to be there. I reach for happiness, but sometimes it's something that I can't always clutch. So I strive to focus on the positive and never harp on the negative as much. My sadness is screaming, but I'm not sure if God hears it or does it fall on deaf ears. I feel as if for years the devil has been coming for me as my end nears. I've had plenty of pain and I've definitely shed many tears. I was a suicidal alcoholic who tried to always drink away my fears. I was able to get sober, so my life is now in a much more better touch. So I always focus on the positive and never focus on the negative as much. Many times I got lonely, that lonely feeling, and it sits deep within my soul. I have this feeling like I'm stuck behind enemy lines surrounded by nothing but foes. I often yearn for a peaceful place where I can just pack up and go. A place that can have me hide away and make all the bad feelings not so. But instead, I stand strong on my own. I don't need any form of crutch. And I always focus on the positive and never harp on the negative as much. The ways of the good is what I've always tried to follow. I'm full of life on the outside, but on the inside, sometimes I'm empty and hollow. I consistently pray to take away some of my sorrow, and that keeps me hopeful for better days tomorrow. I try to embrace the pleasure, but the frustration-filled days tend to come around and such. So that's why I always focus on the positive and never harp on the negative as much. Many days of joy for me don't always last. Most joy for me now, it tends to represent the past. For the most part, I feel like such an outcast. It feels as though my hurtful days will never pass. But I'm still alive and breathing, which is a blessing. So I won't let the tough times keep me out of touch. Focus on the positive. And never focus on the negative so much. Depression is a cage, and many times I've been locked in it and behind this wall. But I always find a way to get up, because we all fall. Much love to my family and friends through all the hard times. I need you all. I'm thankful for anyone that's been there and picked up the phone when I've called. We're living proof that blessings are there. So when the sadness seems to come, you don't have to use that as a clutch. So always try to be positive and never harp on the negative as much. When days come that my heart is bitter like cold on frost, or when days come when my happiness ends up being false, I will still fight the depression no matter the cost. I'll continue to search for contentment on days that I feel lost. Because any day you wake up alive and breathing is a blessing and should be treated as such. So we always focus on the positive and never focus on the negative as much. I love y'all. Thank you.
Always focus on the positive.